Let's try this thing again. If we are good, can you guys let me know that we're good? I don't know what happened when I just tried to go live before, but we are back. We are back, as you guys can see. Getting me a little bit of cardio in. I worked out today, but it's such a beautiful day, even though it's not the warmest. And I said, thank you so much. I said, God, I got to get out here and just literally walk. But as I was coming home from the gym, the Lord told me, He said, well, He asked me this question as I was praising Him and worshiping Him and in a place of just feeding my spiritual man. The Lord said, tell my children what they should be doing while they wait. First, He asked me the question, what should you be doing while you wait on me? But then He said, hey, Miss Allen, the Lord said, teach my people on what they should be doing while they wait for me to move on their behalf. They wait for me to bless them, while they wait for me to do and fulfill exactly what I said I would, right? And so as I was driving, when He asked me, hey, baby, as I was driving, as He asked me that question, I began to reflect. I'm just going to flow that. And in a nutshell, what we should be doing in the waiting phase while we're waiting on God is not sitting around, but we should be in the secret place, our secret place with God. I'm going to say that again. For those of you guys that say, Apostle, you know, I'm waiting to a certain degree. We all are waiting for God to do something. But do you not know that while you wait, God doesn't expect for you to sit around with an idle mind, nor does He expect you to busy yourself up with busy work or distract yourself with busy work. Am I making sense? I want to break this down the way that God told it to me. So I'm going to say that last part again. While we wait for God to do what He said He would do, He does not expect us, hear me now, He does not expect us to wait around with an idle mind. You know, when I say idle mind, y'all know how sometimes we be so focused, so stressed out about something, and we just sit around just thinking. And then what happens? We think ourselves into being depressed. We think ourselves into being anxious, and the wait at that point becomes not fun. So that's the first thing He said. The second thing was, He said, but on the flip side, I also don't expect my children, hear me now, to distract themselves with busy work while they wait. And I said, Lord, what's busy work, right? Because the world has so many definitions. But when He broke it down what busy work is, busy work are things that we do that have no real value. They don't necessarily push us towards the place that God has called us to be. But busy work can be you brainstorming. Y'all know how sometimes we be in a rock and a hard place and we get to brainstorming. How do I get out of this? How do I make more money? How do I open this door? Busy work. God called it busy work. He said busy work can show up as that. Busy work can, show up as in the form of your habits. How some people run to alcohol. Oh, this is for somebody. I see wine. He said some people run to things to distract them from the wait, whether it's social media, whether it is alcohol, wine, whether it is smoking, whether it is other people. Hey, Sabrina. So I'm going to say it again. While you wait, God does not expect you to, one, sit around with an idle mind. And two, he doesn't expect for you to distract yourself up with busy work. But what he does expect for us all to do when we're in the secret place, while we're waiting, is to get into the secret place where we are feeding our spiritual man. Because that is the only way to truly see progress. God says, I need to say that again. Getting in the secret place is the only way to see real and true progress. I'm going to say that again. Getting in the secret place is the only way to see real and true progress. And a lot of times we don't want to sit in the secret place with God, whether that's devotion, whether that's you praying, whether that's feeding your spirit through sermons, right? Or even these broadcasts. Because we feel like the issues at hand are too dire, right? But how many, your portion of peace every single day, it comes from the secret place. Your joy comes from the secret place, because when you're in the secret place, it shifts your perspective. Hear me now. It shifts your perspective. So on one side, God showed me people that, yeah, you're waiting, you're trying to stay in faith, right? You're trying to stay in faith, but if we can be real, you've been sitting around with an idle mind. What do I mean by that? You've been battling with depression because you got an idle mind. We all know that an idle mind is the devil's playground. It's why you've been anxious, right? Some of y'all have been sitting in that. And some of y'all, because of that, you've been straight up double-minded, right? But then he showed me the other group. This is the group that chooses to distract themselves while they wait, right? Oh God, this issue is so stressful. Let me just go to the liquor store and buy a bottle. That's what somebody does that on that's watching me. I don't know who you are. God, I done had a rough day. I deserve to eat this bad food. Come on, somebody. I deserve, right? So what happens is when we distract ourselves up with busy work is we end up unknowingly getting further away from where we'd like to be. We unknowingly lose our peace, our joy, and we find ourselves in self-created storms. But he showed me that there are some of you guys that follow me where social media is distracting you from the secret place. And it's not that you don't know that God wants you in the secret place, but your distractions have become your idols. Oh, okay. I'm going to say that again. That just went over somebody's head. He showed me people, some of y'all, not faces, but he said it's not that they even have an idle mind. They're distracting themselves with busy work while they wait. And he said it's not that they don't know that I want them in my presence, right? He says, but the things that they're running to is becoming their idol. And it's becoming their idol because they refuse to not do it. They refuse to put me before that thing. Some of y'all, it's a woman watching me. You have these, what I call nightcaps. You ain't gotta, this ain't to embarrass you, but you have nightcaps. Whether it's a girl's night out, you got kids. Whether your kids are asleep, you will pop open that bottle of wine and you will sip until you are just, you're buzzed. It ain't drunk, but you're mellowed out. But the Lord says to tell you guys that, the thing is, we run to these distractions because they give us a false sense of peace, a false sense of joy. Because really, That's what we're searching for while we wait. Because while we wait, the enemy is attacking us brutally sometimes, right? But the Lord said those distractions have become your idol. And the reason why he says it gives you a false sense of peace, because no matter how many times you run to it, the peace never stays. No matter how many times you run to it, the joy never stays. And so what begins to happen is, instead of going to God, spending time in the secret place to get a lasting peace, a lasting joy, the enemy tries to make us feel like that's the last place we should be going. So what happens is we run to whatever the vice is: social media, people, um, alcohol, drugs, you name it, right? So, in a sense, these distractions develop an addiction within us where we're addicted to it, addicted to the false sense of hope it gives, addicted to the false sense of peace, addicted to the false sense of joy. And so it becomes an idol because of that addiction. We just keep going, 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 and going, right? But the Lord showed me today what I was doing was, baby, hadn't been worried about my phone, hadn't been worried about social media, hadn't been worried about talking to people. I've been in a place of feeding my spirit because I understand clarity lives there. Peace, it lives there. Joy lives there. Promotion lives in the secret place. Protection lives in the secret place. And so when God asked me, what do I do while I wait? At that moment, which was spending time in prayer, watching a sermon, praying. And he showed me how sometimes when we idolize our distractions, what begins to happen is we become a distraction to other people. He says, I need to say that again. Ouch. What happens is what happens, you know, because now you're not social media, use people to fill that void, alcohol, whatever the case may be. So what happens, because you're distracted, right, with busy work, things that don't necessarily get you to the end goal, what happens is, because you're in idolatry, you can't even see that you are a distraction to other people that are in the secret place, that are trying to hear God, trying to get peace from the source, trying to get joy from the source, and not anything else. Does that make sense? So my question to you on this morning, I don't plan to be before you guys too long, because I don't plan to be out here walking for too much longer, to be real. But my question to you today is, hear me. What are you doing while you wait? Or have you been really in the secret place? Because some of y'all will spend 5 minutes in the secret place and y'all gonna want to say, yeah, I be in the secret place, knowing that the other 95% of the time you either have an idle mind or you are distracting yourself with busy work. Some of y'all gonna say, yeah, and you only spend about 5% of your time in the secret place while you wait. The other 95 is split between, you know, that idle mind where you suffer chronic depression, chronic anxiety, and then that leads you to, right, seeking out that false sense of peace, false sense of joy, aka idolatry. Is so connected. We are in an hour where, yes, things are shifting, but God is saying, tell them, I need them in the secret place now more than ever before. I'm going to say that again. He says, tell them, I need them in the secret place now, unlike ever before. Am I freezing? I'm going to say that again. He says, tell them, I need them in the secret place now, unlike ever before. Somebody let me know if I'm freezing. I need someone to comment, because I know sometimes Haps likes to help, and it does that thing where it freezes and it blacks out. So again, my question to you is, how have you been spending, you know, your time waiting on God? How? How? Because honestly, what you do while you wait will determine what you do when it's time for the breakthrough. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to say that again. What you do. Hold up 1 second, y'all. I know y'all looking at the ground. I got to turn my watch off. Done. All right, what you do while you wait. It's a great indication of what you will do, right? When God promotes you. So if you always distract yourself from the source, guess what you're going to be in a blessing? It's going to be a curse, because you're not going to be connected to God. You're not going to know what to do, how to handle it, and honestly, you're going to fumble the ball. Right? Let's just say you're operating in idolatry, where there are certain things that you refuse to put down. Guess what happens when the blessing comes? God has to release his judgment because you ain't in rightful alignment. I'm just saying, we're in an hour where God is saying, listen, I must be first. I must be first. I must be first. And the reason why some of y'all don't have clarity is because you're not spending time in the secret place. The reason why some of y'all are sitting up bound in confusion is because you're not in the secret place. The reason your peace keeps leaving, the reason why your joy keeps leaving, right? And for some of y'all, the reason why the same storm keeps coming is because you're not in the secret place. And what God is saying is, get there. Get there. It's where everything that you need lives. It originates from God himself. If you know you got idols, God has been having me say this over and over again. Get the idols out. Get the idols out. Pour that wine down the drain. Pour that liquor, that Casamigos down the drain. I don't know who that is for. Pour it down the drain. Right? Some of y'all need to take social media breaks because you're addicted to it. The way that some of y'all keep your peace is by scrolling social media. Finding things to laugh at, finding things to look at. Listen, turn from the idols. And I'm just listening to things that God has me saying. Some of you guys chronically reach out to other people. Chronically. Because your need to be validated has become your idol. It's become your idol. Baby, if you're only spending 5 minutes out of the day with God, that is not enough. If your only time with God is you saying, God, thank you for waking me, baby, that is not enough. If these broadcasts are your only time with God, that is not enough. Because guess what? These words are rhema, meaning they're for some of everybody. They're right on time words for whoever God leads here, right? But there are some things that God is saying you can only get from the source. There are certain things that you can only get from the source. So again, the question becomes, right? How are you waiting? Right? How are you using your time while you wait? How are you using your time while you wait? What are you doing while you wait? That was the question God asked me. It gets to a point where your mind has to be made up because it ain't nothing like a made up mind. There has to, some of y'all may be like, well, Apostle, how do I get to the secret place and do it like you? You won't be able to do it like me because everybody is different. But the key that I can give you is how I, increase my desire to get into the secret place. I got fed up with not having peace. I got fed up with not having clarity. I got fed up with being rebuked. I'm going to be real. I got fed up with not having joy. I got fed up. And when you get to a place where you're fed up, man, you'll find your spiritual man forever full. When you're in that secret place and there's no time limit, but you just stay until you get filled up, you'll find clarity flowing. You'll find God leading you exactly where you need to be at the exact time. And here's the thing, some of you guys make excuses for your idols. Like, God, I deserve this. Because it's been a long day, I deserve this. I'm going to tell y'all something. I went to Kroger after working out because I had to get a few items from the store, some things to eat, right? Give me one if you guys are following along. I promise y'all I'm going somewhere because for some of you guys, food is your idol. Snacking is your idol, right? And if you've had a long day, a long week, what you tell yourself, this is comfort food, right? It's just to comfort me. Y'all, I went inside of Kroger, got everything that I needed, healthy food. My olive oil, read up on some things that I really, really needed. And at the checkout line, I like Reese's. I like chocolate. Like Reese's, the peanut butter lovers type. I like candy. I'm gonna be real. So I got a piece of candy. And you wanna know something? I think I had gotten bananas, I had gotten candy, I had just gotten some small stuff, right? So what happens is, what happens is, I get the candy and I go to the car, right? I go to the car and I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is how I knew things are really about to change now. Like, I believe what you said this morning, Lord. If you hadn't caught this morning's broadcast, like, this is how I knew, like, I was at a place where I was ready. I got to the car and I was hungry. I had just gotten done working out. I had did cardio. I had did weight training. And so, after you work out, but I knew, okay, for lunch, I'm gonna have a salad, right? So I get to the car, I'm like, man, I need something to tide me over because my stomach was talking. Y'all ever had a moment? They always tell you don't go to the grocery store hungry. Y'all ever had a moment where your stomach is just, it's talking and you know exactly what your meal is gonna be, but you start feeling like I need something to tide me over. So I sat in the car. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I looked at that candy, and for the first time in probably all year, if I can be real, because sometimes stress, it tempts you to eat, right? I looked at that candy and I said, no, I don't deserve to eat that candy. I have not worked for that candy. So absolutely not. I'm going to eat a banana and I'm going home to thaw out my chicken and I'm making a grilled chicken salad. That is what I'm going to do. Some of y'all, and it was at that moment where I knew you've chosen for food not to be your idol, right? At that moment, I literally verbally said that out of my mouth. No, it's tempting to want this candy, but God, honestly, do I deserve it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't deserve it. Some of y'all need to tell yourself after you've had a long day, I know I've been lying to myself. The devil's been lying to me, telling me I deserve this wine, telling me I deserve to, smoke this hookah, like I deserve to get drunk. Some of y'all need to start just getting real about what you want from God and start telling yourself, no, I don't deserve this. I have not earned it. I haven't earned it. I have not earned it. And honestly, with that getting drunk thing, I'm going to just say this. To each its own. But for where I'm going, I don't have time to not be in my right frame of mind. I don't need to be mellowed out. I got places to go. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? There are some of y'all even now. God may not even tell you to go throughout your, for some of y'all, you need to go throughout your pantry and you need to throw away those things that you know they're hindering what you say you want. They're hindering your progress towards those things. It's become an idol, right? How is it you keep saying, I want to lose weight, I want to get fine, but you open your refrigerator, you open your pantry. Some of y'all, it ain't even grocery shopping. You will go to Chick-fil-A, you will go to anywhere else, and you will eat your heart out. Or either you'll use this excuse, but God is cheap. It's cheaper to eat this way. It's cheaper to stop at McDonald's. I don't know why he got me on this. It's cheaper, right? But here's the thing, eating healthy is cheap as well. It's cheap as well. Chicken, tuna. The thing is, whatever it is that you won't let God touch, it's your idol. For some of y'all, even as I'm talking, I know I got some wine drinkers on here. You are making it, the enemy wants you to make excuses and saying, no, this is not hindering me. But at what point are you going to keep it real? An idol is an idol. An idol is an idol. So no, today I said, no, I'm taking my health back. Yeah, the devil attacked me this year. But no, God, enough is enough. I'm not eating this candy. Maybe once I reach my first goal, I may treat myself with this candy. But right now, I'm eating this banana and I'm eating this salad when I get home. Forget what the devil talking about. And a lot of times what happens from idols, things that we idolize, when you get drunk, you do not feel good afterwards, the day afterwards. When you eat a whole bunch of bad food, you do not feel good afterwards. A lot of times when we do things to hinder it, even outside of those areas, when we do things that hinder what we're believing God for, what happens on the other end of us falling to temptation is shame. Shame and condemnation. Shame and condemnation. And God is just simply saying, listen, not only do I need you in the best shape of your life this year, I need you in your right mind this year. I need to know that I'm first and that there's no area of your life that I can't touch. But the only way for you to get to that place that I need you to be at, hear me, you've got to enter into the secret place. You've got to enter into the secret place. I know this light, and y'all, it's the sun. God is saying you've got to enter into the secret place. And he says to ask y'all one more time, what are you doing while you wait? Are you getting in self-created storms while you wait on God? I said what I said. Are you sabotaging things while you wait on God? Are you, choosing to stay on the demonic merry-go-round that keeps you in the same cycles with people, the same cycles in your health, the same cycles in your mind, the same cycles financially? Or are you coming out? Or are you coming out? Which one is it? Which one is it? Or are you spending your time in the secret place so that you may not delay what God has for you, so that you may not hinder it, so that you may not sabotage it? And honestly, there's only one right answer. Get into that secret place. I need somebody to type that in. Get into the secret place. Get into the secret place. Get rid of it. Whatever your idol is. For some of y'all, God is making me say this. Oh, y'all, them stairs get me every single time. Even when I was in great shape. But listen, for some of you guys, your idol is money because you've been broke before. Maybe you've been homeless before, and you idolize money, meaning to you, it comes before God. But that's it, man. That's the word. just giving you guys a little bit of food for thought. Stop. Okay. Okay, get off. Okay, he definitely tore my headphones out, but I pray y'all can still hear me. Get into the secret place. For those of you guys that feel led, okay. For those of you guys that feel led to sow, those of y'all that know you need to sow, even if you're not sowing into this word, there are some of y'all that need to just sow seeds of honor. The wisdom these past few weeks have been at an all-time high. And the wisdom doesn't come like without any type of toil. It costs something on my part, whether it's me having to endure something, go through something, just to be able to teach you guys from a pure place. Because there are a lot of teachers that don't teach, excuse me, you guys, from a pure place because they've never had to live it. They've never ever had to live it. And so that is the word. That is it. If you know you need to sow, go release your seed. I don't know why I hear this, Alyssa Baker, but you need to sow. Whatever it is that. And so that is it, y'all. I love y'all. I'm rooting for you guys. And so till next time, y'all. Peace.